me out in V like, but don't talk it all. That's really not the truth, I just don't fuck with y'all. I'm only with a few and yeah, my circle small. Or either by my Danny Ruger in my drawers. Ain't trying to be no tough guy, it's just time race. The softest niggas gangster in the mid-state. My grandma said you lose, you better fight again. At the age of 13.
It's been a minute since we got it in.
It's been a minute.
Let's go all the way in. Let's get it another fire episode. Hey, right now you are tuned into Convo with a Boss. It's your boy B Cuddy, and I got the beautiful guest host, Miss Toy, the ATL vegan in the building. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. What up?
Hey, so let's dive in. That's a lot of things, man. We was talking about off air. I do want to get into one thing, hot topic I want to get into is a situation that just happened. There was an altercation in a female college basketball game between South Carolina and LSU. Not sure the player's name, so don't kill me on this. But old girl from South Carolina was not playing around with the player from LSU. Pushed the hell out of her, right? Now, I will say it started off a play that was a foul. Not sure the score, but it kind of seemed like LSU might have been losing South Carolina.
They were.
And it might have been late in the game because this is how it usually happens. She ended up doing, just like a foul. And the player didn't take too nice to it, got up on her. She kind of like rushed her out of the way, like, get out of my way. Old girl from South Carolina came over and said, oh, no, you did not push my player. Boom. Pushed her down, right? Next thing you know, they cleared the benches. A lot of people was ejected. Security jumped over. Don't know who Top Flight was, but Top Flight was in the building tonight.
Mind you, she is, don't quote me, 6'6". Is she 6'8"?
Yes. And the reason why I know she's 6'8", because this is why. Just now, the coach of LSU has just said, I wish she would have had pushed Angel Reese like she did that because she is 6'8". That's how I noticed. So basically, the coach is saying, oh, no, you should have pushed our biggest, baddest player. But I have a problem with that. Now, I don't know the ins and outs, so like I said, don't crucify me. And this is just my thoughts. But didn't Angel Reese have to take a leave from the team because her and the coach was not getting along?
That's facts.
So now you want to release your pit bull, your bulldog. When she was doing some of these antics at the beginning of the season, the coach wasn't really for it. But now if the coach is kind of saying, well, you should have pushed my big bad player. How do you feel about you being not even like judgmental, but you pick and choose when you want to unleash a player? It's kind of like like a Draymond Green. Like when do you want to pull that leash off of your Draymond Green is my question.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to unleash Draymond Green. Draymond Green unleashed Draymond Green.
Yes.
And then who is the cat on the Golden State team who pushed the cat on the highlights the other day? And Draymond was like, yeah. I told him well. Who was that cat? Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it. I want to say a rookie, isn't he? I think it's a rookie.
He is. So
you want that fire?
Yeah. Back to your question. So first, Dawn Staley is my all-time favorite coach of all time, right? So South Carolina is my team. I follow them like I follow no other women's college team. Well, I'm lying. I follow LSU too because I am a fan of Angel Reese too.
Right.
Just not when they play in South Carolina.
Okay.
I think what needs to happen is I don't really know how this goes, but like when I used to play ball, right? If somebody on your team get into it, it's like your family. You get into it too, right?
True.
Right now, the stakes are high though. So 6 players got ejected. This thing could have went real ugly, and then South Carolina could have jeopardized losing this game. Like they are 32 as of today. I think 32-0.
And I think after LSU won the championship, they came in with that mystique like we the big bad champions and everybody should fear us. And people are not. Actually, people have been going at their neck since the beginning. Like they couldn't wait until the season started. So they was going at their neck early on. That's why they struggled as much as they did. I think they were still riding that wave and that high off that championship. So
But I need to tell you that last year that was a fluke because
what?
South Carolina was supposed to tap them.
I remember that game.
I
I
don't
remember
even know
that
what
game.
happened. But when I saw South Carolina, I was like, okay, that's off. And then the girl with the colored braids, who in the WNBA now, oh my God, I can't even think of her name.
I know you're talking about. I
From
know
the
you're talking about.
islands.
Yep.
See, the whole everything was off last year. So I'm not saying LSU didn't play a good game. LSU played a good game with Iowa, right?
Right.
Let's not take nothing away from Caitlin Clark, bro. I watched her play Nebraska today. This girl, and Angel Reese is my girl, especially when when she did this. Like I want that smoke, right? Because that's just me. That's just me. But Caitlin Clark ain't nothing to play with, bro. Like
Nah,
when
she
she
not.
do that step back and bust that three, like you
I, I early on in her career, I thought it was just like, but no,
mm-mm.
she the real deal.
She
She the
definitely
real
is.
deal.
She
She the real
definitely is.
deal.
Yeah.
And it also makes me ask this question because not to spin off, but did you watch the All-Star game?
I did.
Did you watch when the NBA decided to take a male player and a female player, which was Steph,
Yep. And Sabrina.
and yep, and they put them together in this
hmm
3-point contest, and
I
it
thought that
got
was a
good raves.
phenomenal idea.
Yes, next year, I'm pretty sure that Caitlyn will be in this same situation because I believe they asked both of them would they want to like maybe partner up, maybe do a team like two
hmm
on two,
hmm
and she got range.
It made it more interesting this year to me when they added that. I won't lie, All Star Weekend to me is just a little diluted. Like
Oh, it's
slam
been
dunk
yes,
contest, yeah, it's been
trash.
falling off. Yeah, it's been falling off for a couple of years. So they need to add some new dimensions to it. And now I will tell you, I don't know the little white guy name, but I love seeing him win the slam dunk contest. I'll tell you why.
Mac.
Matt, okay, we know who
It's
we
not
talking about.
Jones. I know you're
Mm-mm,
talking about. Yeah, yeah.
mm-mm. I always seem to pull for the underdog, and I think because he's just, I mean, how is he able to jump like that? I don't know. I love it. So for me, he's bringing a little bit of life back to the dunk contest because it was a little boring to me.
You know what's funny about him? When you look at him, and he was like that in college, like because he was in a couple college slam dunk contests, and I didn't know who he was, and then I
I
saw
didn't
him.
know
I'm
who he
like,
was until year before last when he won.
yeah, I was like, hold on, he don't look like he's gonna do anything, and he went out there and killed it,
He's in
and
the
I'm
G
like,
League. I'm thinking that somebody's going to sign him. I think he had got signed to a very brief contract in the NBA, and then he went back down to the G League. So we'll see what happens with him.
so I got a question. Um, let's go to the next topic a little bit. There's a fight coming up, and I want to know what do you think about this before I get into my first question about this. What's your thoughts when you heard this was coming up?
Well, okay, so I saw some footage of Mike sparring with somebody. He he still looked I don't want to say a pit bull, but yeah, like a pit bull. Like he is still very, very much in shape.
Right.
I think his head is a bit clearer, and I think he's probably at the best in the best shape he's ever been in. Probably. I mean, that's what he says.
So my next question, it will be my first question. Do you think that you will actually get that Mike Tyson that you saw in the sparring, or do you think it will be just an expedition Mike? So if you remember a couple years back, he went against Roy Jones Jr. and in a similar thing where he held back. He actually beat Roy Jones Jr., but he held back. He could have did Roy so dirty,
Well, yeah.
so dirty.
I think he'll probably make this one a quick one because ain't no boy been talking junk.
You know what's funny? Yeah, but nah, because how he usually does. Now maybe he might amp it up closer to because this is a summer. This is like a July fight, I believe. So
Okay.
closer to it, he might just to sell more tickets. But usually how he usually is He usually is just going crazy, like going
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
talking,
yeah,
making fun.
yeah,
I don't think you want to do that with Tyson. Like I don't.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. Even if you meet with Tyson after, like, hey, yo, we finna do this. We finna sell this fight. You don't want to talk junk to Tyson because this is Tyson. He might not. He might slip off and go back in the day. Like, what do you say about me? What do you say?
Bruh.
Okay, I tell you.
Did you see the interview with him and Boosie and him and whoever is
Oh
he's
yes,
on his
yes,
podcast,
yep. It
and
was
he'll
him,
say
Boosie, and
something
Mo3.
and they'll be like, and he'll be like, yeah, Mike
Because
ain't
you
the
have to.
one.
You don't know, but
For real.
he did an interview with Vlad, and Vlad happened to say, the interview was going good, and then he asked him one question, and Mike kind of like looked at him like, "What'd you say?" And then he was like, it got real tense. So he was like, I know what Boosie felt like in that conversation because you
Yep.
don't know, like you don't really know what Mike really might be thinking. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of different, man. But Mike, I got my money on Mike.
I
I
look
don't know
forward
how the
to it.
betting gonna go. I got my money on Mike,
Now, I
and
don't
we bet on
know.
everything. So I
Yes.
don't know. It's gonna probably be like the biggest thing is how long it's gonna go. Do you think it's gonna be a knockout, a KO? Do you? I think big money might be on. Do you think Jake Paul can knock Tyson down? Not even out, just down. That I think that
How old
might
is Jake
be.
Paul?
Well, let's find out. Hold on. Let's find out. Jake Paul. Let's see.
Because Mike, what, 46?
Hold on. Mike, shit, hell no. Mike's like 50 something. Jake Paul age. Let's find out. I think he like in his 30s. Jake Paul is 27 years old. Okay. So let's go. Let's go Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Now I will give Jake Paul credit because Mike Tyson is 57 years old.
Yeah, he probably can knock him down. Knock him
Yep.
out? I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yep.
Knock him down? Maybe. You gotta understand when you're 27, you're 27.
Yeah. You
It
definitely
don't
that.
matter if it's Mike or whoever. You're 27. Like I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying, how I can still run, full court basketball with my daughter, but my heart feels like it's about to bust when I run full court.
Mm-hmm.
You're 27, you're 27. You can do it. You think nothing about it. You're
Right.
57, bro. Whew. It's
Yo,
your stamina. I don't care how much you work out. The stamina
Father
is just
Time.
not there. Yeah.
Father Time is
Now we're not
undefeated.
talking about LeBron. We're not talking about
You? How did you
LeBron
know I was about to come to LeBron?
because
I didn't say nothing about LeBron over there talking to Jeannie Buss while his team out there playing. He out there just chilling, flirting with Linda Ramsey. I
right,
ain't
right,
saying
right,
nothing. I ain't
right,
saying
right, right,
nothing.
right. We got to talk about LeBron though, because the reason we have to talk about LeBron is because you will never see another NBA player in our lifetime
No.
accomplish 40K points in their NBA career. You won't see that. And so people are not, in my opinion, no bigging him up like they should. And I'm not, I mean, I know people going to say he's been playing since he was what, 18, 19?
Yep. 18.
Okay. But so have a lot of other people been playing since they was 18, 19. A lot of them are sitting home on the couch like me.
And
He is playing at
he is
a
phenomenal.
level like we have never seen this before. But also I tell a lot of people because I'm a LeBron follower and I'm a LeBron fan at heart. He spends, I think they say upwards of $2 million on recovery per
Yes.
year in the off season on his body, right?
Yeah.
Um, I roller skate, I ride my bike, I do yoga, I do a lot of that stuff, stretching, all of that is part as you get older, that's you just got to keep moving. But for this man to play at this level, now, granted, some of the NBA players, they vacation in the summer, they do whatever. You know what LeBron is doing in the summer?
What?
Rehabbing, lifting weights. Now he does vacation, but after that, it's back to work. So see, not only did he score 40K points, but he is one of the hardest working athletes. Like even his body looks like a 30-year-old. Do you see what I'm saying? This
And
man just turned what, 39?
yep, yep. Let me double
See,
check.
and I am not one of those people to say, oh, him and Jordan and him and Kobe, right? Everybody has their own lane, and everybody, to me, I don't think you can compare, right? Because Jordan was Jordan in that era. Kobe was Kobe. There will never be another Kobe, period. And I really wasn't a Kobe fan, but I have a very huge respect for his game. I didn't like Kobe because he was just, Kobe talking crap and that kind of stuff, right? But
Yeah,
I have mad respect for his game. I
right.
just happen to be a LeBron fan, and nobody works harder on their game, their body, and that type of thing than LeBron. So you got to give him his props. But so many people, he got so much to
I got so
say.
many. I would love to sit down with LeBron and just pick his brain, just on just the top layer. Like, when did he decide that he was going to commit to his body like that? Was that a high school thing? Was that when he got to the pros and he really saw, like, after his first or second year, probably like, I want to be in here longevity. I want to do something that's not, because he came in destroying grown men.
Very, very true. And
We
his body type had not fully developed yet. We're talking
exactly,
about an 18-year-old. Now,
exactly.
you want to pick his brain and ask him about his body. I want to ask him about that move he decided to make to LA to get with Magic after this NBA career is over, making these movies. That's what I want to talk to him about,
Hey,
because
yo,
that was a very calculated move.
hold on, hold on. You, this is why we connect the way we connect, because I might start a little controversy. This right here, this little part of the show is dedicated to my cousin Casey. Casey, I told you right here. LeBron, LeBron. Stop making these movie remakes. Make originals. If you remake another movie, I promise you it's gonna be some smoke between me and you. And LeBron, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm a LeBron fan, if that makes any sense. Like, on the court, not a LeBron fan because he's usually playing against my team. But I'm a LeBron fan because I support a lot of the stuff that he does,
Right, right, right,
especially like giving back and even his career. Like, I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not a LeBron fan.
right,
But
right,
if
right.
he make another remake to any one of these movies, that be trash. Like, LeBron did a remake that pissed me off.
Oh,
I gave him Space Jam. I gave him that. It was horrible, but I gave him that.
I heard that. I heard it was horrible.
But he remade House Party.
It was horrible.
You know, it's one of them things like this. I'm a Tubi fan. I'm a Tubi fan because I give people credit when they trying to do things. House
Tubi is
Party,
ratchet.
but people, they got a dream and they got to start somewhere.
I watch Tubi, so I'm ratchet too.
But this the thing. This the thing. House Party could have been a Tubi movie if you'd have changed the name, and you'd have been like, okay, it's a decent movie. The point that you trying to relive a classic and you make a dud, and not even a close like House Party 2. House Party 2 was not as good as House Party 1, but it was
Facts.
right. House
Right,
Party
facts.
3 was better than House Party 2, but it still wasn't better than House Party 1. But it was still a good effort. House Party 4, I don't know what the hell Marcus Houston was thinking. We got smoked too. But LeBron, if you remake another one of my classic movies, I promise you, man, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
You know what? I'm going to give you, since we're on this subject, I'm going to give you three movies that should never be remade. Leave the originals be.
Go.
Love and Basketball.
True. True.
Leave it.
True. True.
Love Jones.
Mm,
Leave
true.
it.
True.
Leave it. Like, leave it.
True.
Um, my next one is gonna have to be something with Denzel. So I am a solid Denzel fan. So I'm gonna say
I know one.
you can never do a Training Day 2 or Training Day 3. You gotta leave that right there, right?
Right.
And now you give me three, and then we'll move on.
I'm gonna give you a little Denzel movie that you can't do. Devil in the Blue Dress. That's my one.
I love that. Uh-huh.
You can't redo that. Don't do a modern day Devil in the Blue Dress.
Okay,
Don't do it.
okay.
Um, Let me see. Classic. Thin line between love and hate. You cannot. I don't want to
Good
see
one.
nobody. I don't want to see
Good
DC
one.
Young Fly. I don't want.
Good
I don't
one.
want to see nobody.
Good one.
Bubba. What's my man name? Bubba Dub. Nah. Don't want to see nobody remake that.
Good one. Good one. Good one.
Um. Man, there's so many. I can just. You know what? The wood. Don't touch it.
The
Don't
wood.
don't touch the wood.
That was good.
Don't touch the wood.
We
Don't touch the
really,
wood.
we really should do 3 movies each time we do a podcast. We should say 3 movies, no remakes, and we'll think of them
Yeah.
and we'll add this to the podcast. Okay, that was pretty good.
That's our new thing we're gonna do. Hey, if
Okay,
it's
okay.
anything that y'all feel that's a classic, leave it down in the comments. Let us know. Let us how you feel. Hey, what is your top 3 movies that should not be touched by LeBron James ever?
Right.
Because
And then I'm
LeBron
gonna dig in the crates for some old movies too. Like,
and I'm gonna say this. I don't know if LeBron had his hands on this one, but whoever did the White Men Can't Jump with Jack Harlow,
I didn't see that. How was it?
trash,
Wow.
trash.
And I kind of like the first White Man Can't Jump.
Look, class. That was my classic that I wanted to say, but they redid it and messed it up, and I'm like, because you can't take moments and redo moments. Like it's some movies you be like, man, they should redid this and did this and
Right,
this,
right, 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 right.
but that's one of the movies. No, it was nothing wrong with it. Leave it there. You could have even did how they want to do. Uh, I've heard. I'm not sure it does, but I heard they wanted to do Friday after the next Friday. They wanted to do the kids like kids of Smokey and kids of Cube, and they had threw the idea around with DC being Chris Tucker's son and using
That
Ice
would
Cube's
that's okay.
son, and
I can see
that
that.
was an idea, but it's tied up in the studios, and Cube said y'all probably ain't never gonna get another Friday,
But you can't,
which
you can't. I mean, whatever Friday it is, it better not be Friday, Friday, because you can't remake Friday. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So,
Friday afternoon. I was thinking about Mo Better Blues. Like that
oh,
was right. You
crazy,
know, Spike
crazy
Lee.
classic.
Spike Lee be so deep with his messages, right? And we could even say do the right thing. We're kind of getting off track because I started thinking about these good movies. So I'm kind of a movie buff. So
Yeah. So, how are we gonna do this? We want to get into tonight. Tonight's topic is gonna be very interesting because I think a lot of people are gonna relate to this one. Are are you chasing your dream? Are you trying fully pursue a certain goal or a certain dream that you have? It might be a dream job, it might be in your own boss, it might be in whatever it is, getting an education. Are you doing what you're supposed to do to chase your dream? But is there something standing in the way? What is that reason that you not be able to accomplish that goal? And we talked off air. We have different things that it could be. And like you said, you wanted to do a spin on it. So I will ask you, what would be your number one thing on your list that will stop you from getting your goal accomplished?
I'm chasing my dream actually, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's nothing really standing in my way because once you put your mind to it, nothing can stand in your way
True.
but you. Sometimes you have to move yourself out of the way, and then sometimes you have to see it before it happens. The tongue is so powerful, and a lot of people, like when you wake up in the morning, I don't care if you have to write it down, I don't care if you have to put stickies on your mirror, whatever you have to do, you have to see it before it happens. And this kind of falls in line with the faith that you have. You can't see it, you can only feel it, and you have to believe it. So it's very important to follow your dreams. Like that is one of the best things in life. I don't care if you have a regular 8 to 5. As a matter of fact, you should. You got
Right.
to pay the bills. Life is life. Life be life, and you gotta pay the bills. So you can have a regular job, but don't let that take away from the time that you invest in yourself. I don't care if, and this is what we talked about offline, if you are in a relationship that is consuming a mass variety or amassed amounts of your time and you're not chasing your dream, you could love your partner. It could be your husband or your wife. I don't care. You cannot outgrow your spouse or your partner. You guys have to grow together. You have to elevate together. So just like you follow your dream, you have to make sure that you allow them to follow their dream also. You have to allow room for growth. Because if you don't allow room for growth, resentment will sneak in. And maybe not even sneak in. You know, sometimes it's very loud and it's the elephant in the room, the resentment, right?
Right.
Because families happen and then life happens. And before you know it, years have gone by and my dream just fell by the wayside. Like his dream could possibly be coming true, right?
Right.
I just feel like there is a time, um let's just say if his dream is coming into fruition a little faster than mine, there's a time and a place where we can work on my dream too. And that doesn't mean that his dream is not as important. It's just that I matter too. You don't want resentment to build up, especially if it's your partner, if it's your spouse, and I mean, it could be your ride or die. Your ride or die could change and flip on you in a sec, bruh. You just have to understand that everybody matters. It's that
So
simple. It's that
so let
simple.
so let me go ahead and let me play devil's advocate. We in a relationship, baby. I wanna pursue my rap career. I wanna drop my album, but I'm 43 years old.
Okay.
When is it okay not to support someone's dream? Or do you just say, I'm gonna ride with you, but this is the stipulations. If it don't happen by this time, or if this don't happen, then we need to look at something else. Do you become a dream buster or do you help somebody accomplish their dream? That's the question though.
I'm gonna ride with you until you decide, hey, this is just not working for me or whatever. I am not the dream killer to tell you when to stop pursuing your dream because you cannot, and I will not allow you to tell me when
Right.
it's time for me to stop chasing my dream. So I'm gonna ride with you. So you may end up not being a rapper. You may be behind the scenes. You may be a producer. You may be a promoter. You know, but I'm gonna ride with you regardless. I'm never gonna tell you to stop chasing your dream because that I don't kill dreams. I don't do that. You know, I'm here to support and I'm here to uplift. And if you're my partner, I'm gonna ride with you. It's that simple. And I
Okay.
want you to do the same for me. A lot of times, you know, dreams don't work the way we want them to. But what happens is in the process, you know, when we fail at doing something that we thought we wanted to do, we really find out what our purpose is. And see that's a whole nother show. But when you find out what your purpose is, you'll find out that it's really not work, and you'll find out that you really don't have to chase it when you find out what your purpose is. And by the way, I'm still trying to find out what my purpose is.
So I'm glad you said that. You brought up a great point. Um, it's gonna be a personal testimony real quick. So I can go back a couple years ago. Like it seems like yesterday, but it was really about 20 years ago. Started a record label with two of my best friends, my boy Tate, my boy Bub,
I'm
and
aware.
I said, okay, cool, we're gonna start this label, and things didn't go the kind of way we thought, but I had a cousin, Casey. Shout out to Casey again. He like, hey man, you got all this equipment, you got all these contacts. Let's start a label. So we invested in a couple artists. Didn't kind of go too well. I was like, man, we flushing money down the drain. So I was like, well, sure, we flushing money down the drain, might as well put it on us. Then we had a nice little run. We did some things, accomplished a couple goals. Um, but I just didn't feel as I was an artist. I didn't feel the drive. Like I love hip hop. I love hip hop since I can remember the first rap song. Matter of fact, I take it. This is how old I am. I remember what was it? The Rapping Ron. It was Ronald Reagan. The Rapping Ronnie or whatever. This is like back in the day, like Cool Mo D, Wild Wild West. Like this is like
Right,
when I first fell in love with hip hop.
right.
So I always love hip hop, but far as being an artist, not my thing. So fast forward, I got all this equipment. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? It's just collecting dust. I started Just My Thoughts podcast. And it just started as a fluke. I was just talking about random stuff that was just in my mind. And I was like, okay, fast forward, we here, convo with a boss. I think that's the purpose. The purpose is have dope conversations with people that they want to say it, they want to talk about it. They might be kind of timid, they might be kind of scared, but somebody else feels the same way I feel. And I think this is the platform for that. So you're right. You never know what your purpose is, and you might have to fail at something to become what you should be. And I really truly am a living testimony to that.
So see, you felt that,
Yeah,
and a lot of women, especially the sisters, we have to. Okay, like so in Atlanta, this is gonna sound real strange. So just listen.
okay,
There's a reel on social media, and it's this guy. He's from Atlanta. He was like, "Yeah, when you come to Atlanta, I know you guys be thinking that life is gonna be this way, but not
right,
in Atlanta. Like where you come from, you might have had drove this and thought you was fly." He said, "Your girl probably driving that down in Atlanta."
mm,
So you got to understand in Atlanta, women and the brothers too. They on a square too. But I'm simply saying the women in Atlanta and the sisters are getting it all over. I'll just say that period. But we kind of grind here, and I just feel like we need to be more supportive to our men. I've said this before. If he want to be a rapper at 46, 47, 48, ride with the man. And then until he decides, you know what, this is not working for me. In that process, he could possibly find his purpose. And you'll be
right,
right there with him. All I'm
right,
simply saying, I'm not saying he shouldn't have a job to support his family. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have a job so that you guys can travel in the meantime when he's trying to get on or whatever he's trying to do. All I'm simply saying is the support is very essential to a healthy relationship. That's all I'm saying.
okay. So let's piggyback off that a little bit. You was talking about the women. They doing their thing down there.
Mhm.
Let's just talk about women in general that's doing their thing. Do you think that's why a lot of relationships are not relationships anymore? Like women are more focused on their careers, chasing their dreams, and don't care about. I won't say don't care about, but not as a main focus as in the past how relationships would be the number one thing. Now it's like nah, I'm more career driven. Do you think that has a lot to play with it?
I mean, I do. And I absolutely feel like, we can be career driven. I absolutely feel like we can be mothers and wives and all that. I think that nothing has to take a back seat. I just think we
Right,
have to refocus a bit. And I'm not one of those women, and I've said this before on the podcast. I'm not one of those women who say we don't need the brothers. Oh, I can do this and I can do this. I'm not one of those women to say that. I would absolutely support women who are trying to be with their partners I said it on the Valentine's episode. Invest in your partner's dream. We touched on it then,
true.
right?
Yep, you
So
did.
I just feel like back in the day, absolutely, the mothers, they would raise the kids, they would stay home. If dad, messed up or stepped out or whatever, they absolutely would stay there. We make our own money now. So,
Yeah,
dad, this is what you got to do. You got to come correct and understand that when if you decide to step out, she don't have to stay. I personally don't believe that infidelity is a reason to end all, be all. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Because we're human, right? And I could,
true.
do that same thing. But that's just my belief. Women today, we do not have to stay in these relationships, you know, because we're worried about the financial aspect. A lot of us is running it on our own. Now, let's just say something does happen and, for some reason there is infidelity, or let's just say this. He's following his dream and the finances are lopsided, right? She
Right.
may say, "Oh, this is just, dragging me down and I'm having to do this and do this." Things could change in an instant. And I honestly mean that. Like you could be, pulling more weight than he is, and then he could get put on, and then everything could change tomorrow. And like Kanye say, he'll leave your ass for a white girl. No, I was just kidding about that. But
It's the look, white girl, black girl, BBL girl, what it's the truth.
yeah,
Like that person that was by you, that was standing by you, you might leave that person for a hoe. You might
yeah,
leave that person straight for airhead Instagram model.
yeah,
No, hey, I'm sorry, Instagram models, but it's some Instagram models. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like, it's the truth. Like you
yeah.
might cut that person off that was supporting you, that was
Mm-hmm.
behind you and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it that's not just even relationships. That's like friends. Like you might have a business partner or a manager or whatever the case may be that's been since the mud, since you was
Right.
really like on your knuckles, and
Right.
then you get up and how many people in the industry you done seen that story? That story,
Countless.
like we
Countless.
you know what movie? You know, we jump everywhere. We really jumping everywhere.
I love it. I love it.
But this the thing though. You know what movie we should never touch that is has to do with this? The Five Heartbeats. Now remember when on the Five Heartbeats when they tried, they ain't even gonna say that. What was my man Eddie Kane tried to cut the original manager out and give a
Mm-hmm.
red. It's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. The
Mm-hmm.
original manager did what? He got him the 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 contest that they won. He ended up getting them a record deal with Red, which was crazy. He ended up getting them all them cars and the money and everything. And then not even Eddie Kane just felt a certain kind of way and
Right.
wanted to cut him out the deal. The man that got you to the point where you was at and
Right.
successful and believed in you when nobody else,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to cut him off. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it happens every day. Like people, honestly, people are trying to cut out the next man and keep that extra penny or that extra dollar in their pocket, and it's sad. But that person that believed in you, they really stood 10 toes with you, and you did them dirty.
I'm gonna give you another movie, Paid in Full. Now,
Mm,
my man Ace was low key. He tried to tell them, especially Cam. I don't even know who his character was in the movie, but I forget his name.
Alpo,
But
Alpo.
okay, Alpo was getting them money, making Mitch's ear, telling him, the man got shot, the man got jumped. Ace had a baby on the way. Ace was like, "Look, I'm hanging this up." They got greedy, bruh. If
Yeah,
Mitch had just listened to Ace and was just like, "Yo, let me just chill for a minute," but no, he couldn't do that. A lot of times, I just think we get in our own way, and you know, I'm a firm believer in saying that God's timing is impeccable. So when I tell people that, you know, I once I find my purpose, I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life because I know that it won't be work for me. Do you see what I'm saying? When
right.
you find your purpose, it's not work because it's your passion. You just happen to make money doing it.
True.
It's really not work, it's your passion. And that's the difference. People have to understand. And I know that I hate to get biblical, but the Bible says that your gift will put you, in front of great men. Your gift will make room for you. I honestly believe that. So you have to invest in yourself, and this goes all the way back to the growth part in chasing your dream. Because although you have a partner, you should be 100% invested in yourself first.
Mm,
As selfish as that
definitely.
as that may sound, you have to invest in yourself first because if you're not happy, how are you gonna grow with your partner and be happy with your partner and be able to share the happiness with your partner if their dream is coming true? Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Their dream may come true before yours. Be happy for them because your dream may be next. Your dream may be months away, it may be years away. But you have to be able to invest in yourself and say, you know what? My dream, my time is coming.
So this is my thing with this. People, if you have a dream, you have a goal, it's something that you want to start and you want to do. First thing you have to do is commit 100%. You can't be 50% in, you can't be 75% in. You got to go all the way in. You put yourself a plan together. And even this is where the hard part comes because even when you put that plan together, you're going to talk yourself out of that plan. Don't do it. If it's not even like, all right, I don't have all the equipment, or I don't have all the learning, I don't have all the college credits, I don't just do it. Just go find a way to do it. If it's a job that you wanted and you don't have the college credits
Credentials.
or credentials, whatever it is, go find a way to do it for free, to learn whatever it is that you need to pay for that you don't have the money to pay for. Just do it. That problem is we talk ourselves out of the whole thing, and then it crashes and burns before you even got in the plane to even take off.
But let me tap in just 1 second. It may be somebody around you. It could be your
Oh,
bestie. It could be your family members telling you, "Nah, that ain't gonna work. That's stupid. That's a stupid dream." Guess what? Go hard. Go harder.
yes, yes. And I hate to tell people this, you might have to cut off people on that journey. My grandma used to always tell us that people that you start off with is probably not who you're gonna end up with. You're not gonna end that race with that person. You might start that race with that person. And I never knew what she was talking about until a long time ago. Cause she used to tell us when we was little. And I'm like, Granny crazy. Granny be drinking. Nope. She really, you gonna start that race with a lot of people. You might start that race with 100 people. By the time you get to that finish line, you might only got one. Shit, you might got yourself.
I'm
And,
telling
and
you.
you just gotta cut people off. And it's not to be malicious or evil or just you just shaking people. No, no. You doing that because you're chasing something that they are either blocking or they don't support or there just might be just extra baggage that you can't have right now. You got to separate yourself from a lot of people on your way to wherever you're trying to go. If it's the top, if it's college, it might be somebody be like, man, what you going to college for, man? All you doing is gonna get some student debt, man. That's all you gonna do. And then next thing you know, you like, you know what? Yeah, you right, man. Why? Then next, what? You sitting at the crib with them, looking crazy.
Cuddy, please allow me to say this also. Do not dim your light for anybody. And I
Okay.
say this because a lot of times we are unable to see the light that we bring or the aura that we bring when we walk into a room or our presence. Sometimes we don't even know the light that we have when we are around people, and a lot of times other people can spot the light in us, right? And if
Right.
you got somebody around you that is resentful, or if they're jealous of the way that your light shines and you don't even know that you have this light, right? But everybody gravitates towards you. That's what it is. You got to
True.
be very careful
True.
about who you surround yourself with, and you have to make sure that you don't dim your light for anybody. And Cuddy, for the very longest time, I am guilty of, like, I never have to be the center of attention, right? Because I'm the only child. So I usually play the back anyway, but along this journey in life, I've come to find out that people do gravitate me for whatever reason. And
Mhm.
no matter how I try to play the back, somebody always want to pull me out. Do you see what I'm saying? And
Right.
and I realize maybe that's where I'm supposed to be, out in front. I always try to play the back and be like, you know what? I'm just going to be back here chilling because I just like to chill. But then somebody always said, but no, 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 we want you up front. There's a reason for that, because they are able to see the light sometimes that you aren't able to see in yourself. So I say this to say, no matter who's around you, no matter who's telling you what, no matter who's in your ear trying to persuade you to not do what you think you should be doing, don't dim your light for anybody, because everything that you need to accomplish your vision, your goal, God has already put it in you. And that is real facts, right?
Yeah. That
So I,
for
I
real.
know while I'm saying all this, I should know my purpose, but I really don't. And maybe this is my purpose, or maybe in some form or fashion, this is my purpose. But I'll tell you what, I live my life one day at a time. I am severely happy at this time in my life. And I live a very simple life, Cuddy, very simple, like very simple. Um, and I think that's the most important part. It's important for me to find my passion, yeah, and my purpose. But I just think that, once you are happy within, I think, people can spot it, people can see it, and it's just not fake.
So let me ask you this: do you think that you will find your purpose before? Um, I'll say this. Do you think you'll find your real purpose before or after? Meaning, do you think like when it's all said and done, you'll be like, that was my purpose? Or do you think that you will find your purpose and then be like, okay, this is my purpose. Let me continue to push this and evolve.
Yeah, I think when I find it, I'll know it. There's just this majestic feeling that I know I'll have when I find it. When I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like when I find my purpose, I am going to stop doing everything else. And
Mm,
I am going to focus on that. Like that is how my tunnel vision is. When I figure out why God created me, why God got my father and my mother together to procreate, to make me, because he had that in mind before I
right,
got here. Once
right.
I figure out what that is, Cuddy, when I tell you nothing else in this world will matter but that, and that is what I'll do. And so you have to have childlike faith. And you know, when you're a kid, you think you can be an astronaut. I'm not saying that you can't, but you have to have childlike faith where you think, oh, you know what? I can go to the moon, or you know what? I can build a whole community of houses for surfers to live on the beach. And we have to get back to having that childlike faith, because as we get older, people get in our ear and they tell us, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that because that's not logical. You can't
Take
do
that
that
ceiling
because
off. You
right,
got to
right,
take that
right.
ceiling off.
Cuddy, the older I get, the more I live life. I get that childlike faith more and more every day. So yeah, I'm gonna find my purpose, and when I do, that's gonna be the day that I call you and be like, "Yo, I can do these podcasts with you sometime, but I am laser focused on this purpose of mine.
Right.
But for now, I'll still be doing
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know we gonna keep giving y'all that
this."
heat. Nah, quit playing with us. We gonna keep giving y'all that heat, man. Um, we touched on a lot of different things, and I would say this show was actually driven by movies, because when you just said that, it brought a movie to my mind. And that's why I asked that last question. It was a Denzel Washington movie. Shout out to Denzel.
Okay, what movie?
Um, what the name of that movie, man? I always forget the name of the movie. It's when he was the last man. I ain't gonna say the last man on earth, but he had the last Bible. And matter of fact,
The Book of Job.
Book of Eli. There we go.
Book of Eli. Book of Eli.
Book of
Okay.
Eli. So he didn't know. He knew his purpose, but he didn't know his purpose. He said that he was told to just walk in a direction. When he goes into a direction, it tells him, okay, turn and walk this way. And then he'll
You will
walk to the
know.
other way. And then when he finally got to the place where he was and he
He
got to where that
knew.
book was, he knew
He
this
knew.
was the person that he had to pass the book off to. And this was his life. That was his purpose,
Don't forget, he
I
was
believe.
blind though, bruh.
Wait, hold on. He was blind.
He was blind.
He was not blind.
He was blind in the entire movie,
You
sir.
bullshit.
Please, please look that up. Now, I'm,
No,
I'm a
hold on,
movie
hold on.
buff.
Hold on, hold on,
He
hold
he
on,
was
hold on.
reading the
You
Bible
finna
in
blow my
Braille.
mind. You finna blow my mind.
He was
Hold
reading
on.
the Bible in Braille.
Yo. Let me. Oh, hold on. We finna. Book of Eli. Book of Eli. Was he blind? Eli. Now I remember the book was in Braille. The book was in Braille, and he did. You know what? He used a lot of that smell.
I'm a
And
movie
he was
buff,
not
bruh.
blind. He was not blind. Hold on.
All right.
He died, but not before. I ain't trying to read that. What's gonna? Okay. It's the guy. The scene where discovers the Bible was in Braille. The twist ending comes slowly. Oppose. Get the fuck out of here!
Bruh, you knew that.
I swear to God, yo,
The whole movie.
yo, yo, you just blew my mind for real. I did not know. You know how many times I watched that movie? That's like one of my favorite movies. I'm finna go back and watch it tonight and just watch it with the mindset of this man was blind. I did not know. When does the movie come out? Like
Oh my
2007 or
God.
something?
Early
Hold on.
2000s. Yes.
Hold on. What? This is crazy. They better not do a Book of Eli too.
Yeah, they can't.
Well, you know what? I take that back. If he's in it and they do a prequel, it came out in
Oh,
2010.
that's different.
then yeah, they can do that. You can do a prequels, but you can't
Because
do
I'll tell you, the
remakes.
Equalizer gets better.
Yeah, but see, the
You see what
sequel
I'm
is
saying?
different storylines, a different storyline.
But
But if
also Denzel is a producer too. So the
yeah,
mastermind is, he's a producer.
now if they took Idris Elba and they redid the Equalizer, wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be
No.
good at all. No, but
They
it came
also
out in
cannot
2010.
remake, they can't remake American Gangster either.
But I don't think you I, in movies like that. I don't think you can though, because
Well,
once
see,
the storyline is told, it's like if you mess it up. Like perfect example, if anybody is out there and feels a different kind of way, you can see me in the streets. My address is 1111 the streets. Um, they redid Tupac movie. I think I've seen two different versions, but they did this last Tupac movie. Was horrible. It was horrible.
what was the name of it?
All Eyes on Me. They got
I
the
saw
guy
that.
that actually looked like
Look
Pac,
like Pop. Mm-hmm.
but after the look like Pac, nothing else. Not the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the, the voice cadence, none of that. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
They had a Spanish guy play Suge. That was horrible. But the movie itself, they said it was a $15 million, 20 something dollar, 20 $30 million movie. They probably spent maybe 2 million. I promise you that they probably spent 2 million. They pocketed the rest. And it was just like if you redo that, how do you redo that? Can you redo something where it's actually based off a real person? If the first person that did it messed it up, can you redo it and make it better? Or do you just leave it alone and just be like, yo, we failed at this. We missed our chance. Another one, Biggie movie. Biggie movie was horrible. And those are my two favorite artists. I was so disappointed in both.
But we are talking about Biggie and Pac. Like,
True.
I guess, how good could the movies be with them being just so iconic like that? There's just no way that the movies could even come close to, like, I didn't live because of course I wasn't, per se in that, with them, but during that time period, I was very much in the Biggie era and Pac era,
Right.
and they were just so iconic. It's very, very hard to get that spot on. Even if you have Diddy around, you have Faith Evans telling the storylines. It's kind of impossible to kind of get to the point where these kind of icons were living at that time. Do you see what I'm saying?
But I think the problem comes is not the living up to the story because the story is already written. The story is the life. I think it's more or less the presentation. The presentation is the problem. When you let down the presentation, it's like you cutting. It's like you go in and get your cake, your favorite cake. They made it, but somebody went and cut half of the sugar, half of the caramel, half of the chocolate, so it doesn't taste the same as it should. You know how it should taste. I think that's what it is. Because with the Pac movie, they had the story. Pac's story is Pac's story. Like you can't make that up. Like is he was born from a panther. He became this rapper. He survived these gunshots and all this, and then he died in a whole gang war that had nothing to do with him. So that's his life. That's the storyline. But when you put it in, this is the problem
I
I
just
had with the
don't know
Pac
how you
movie.
can. I just don't know how you can get actors that can,
But
portray them. I just.
it's not even the actors. You know what happened? It's the studio. This is what they
Mm,
did in the Pac movie. I ain't even mad at the actors part. I'm mad at the way they presented the movie. You know when Pac went to Death Row, they did like a split screen. It was like I can do this with my effects. And it said welcome to Death Row. It was like they just brought up some letters and I was like, hold on, did they really? I was like, I know they ain't got like a $30 million budget and they did some stuff that I can do on my computer like this. But that was my point. It's like you cutting the product.
some stuff they could do on Tubi.
Whoa, it's some movies on Tubi. Yo, look. I think we should do a whole show on movies on Tubi because there's some stuff on
Okay,
Tubi I hadn't seen. Hey,
bruh,
yeah,
it's some
yeah.
stuff on Tubi that I'd be like, yeah, let's let You know what? We got a lot of content we got to cover. So yeah, yeah,
Yes. Hey, but to tie this in, those people that did those movies, they had a dream. Those people that worked on those movies, they had a dream.
hmm
They chased their dream. They accomplished their dream. Regardless of how me and you feel about those movies, if we love them, just like even our top three, everybody that had something to do with that had a dream about making a movie at some point. They
absolutely.
came, they cut out, they sacrificed, they made it happen. So to go back to our point, they chased their dream. They didn't let nobody stand in their way. They didn't let my criticism of their movie stand in their way. Somebody liked it, somebody loved it, somebody hated it. But at the end of the day, they chased their dream. Chase your dream, people. Chase your dream.
Absolutely.
Do not let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you that you shouldn't do it. If you feel that you should do it, do it. What's gonna happen? It's gonna fail. You're gonna pick yourself up. You're gonna find something else, and you're gonna find your niche. That's all it is.
And
Get
even
out
if
your
you
way.
get knocked down 10 times, 20 times, like you'll master, you know what I'm saying, the way you recover. So see, people don't understand when you fail at stuff. It's an experience each time. Like you just don't fail to fail. Sometimes you fail to understand why you failed so that you won't do the same thing again. And then each time I feel like you're going to be closer to your dream. So I don't care if it knocks you down 10, 20 times. Continue to do that. So if you take nothing away from this podcast tonight, you should just be encouraged and know that it's a lot of us out here, working regular jobs. I work a regular job, still trying to find my purpose, and I will not stop until I do that. And so, you know, there are a lot of podcasts out there. The content sometimes is just not positive.
Right.
We try to uplift on this podcast and we try to encourage, and it doesn't matter where you are. It's a lot of people with money that still aren't happy. Cuddy, I tell people all the time, people with money, their problems are magnified. They just, are people with money. It doesn't mean that your problems go away. So if your dream is just to be rich, you've got to figure out, now, if I get rich, how am I going to be able to manage the problems of life that come along? Because problems are going to come, whether you have money or whether you are in your current situation.
More money,
Problems
more
are going to come.
problems.
I mean, you better say it. So,
Hey, Biggie said it best. Look at Diddy. Mm. So anyway, on on that note, hey, yo, we didn't do this at the beginning, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Hey, yo, you're tuned in to Convo with a Boss, one of the fastest growing podcasts out there. We not playing games with y'all. I told y'all earlier, we're on a mission to get to 10K. Right now, we are
mhm.
probably maybe 900 away from 10K. 10K is the goal. I'm trying to get that meal, but 10K is the first step of it. And yo, y'all got us monetized. Appreciate that. But now we need them subs, man. We need them subs. We need them likes. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And we gonna continue to give y'all that hotness, man. Hey, you know what it is. It's Convo with a Boss. Toy, do you have any last words for the people tonight?
I do have last words for the people tonight. We want to thank you for all the likes, all the subscribers, all the haters. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. You can follow me at Toy the ATL Vegan on IG. Um, Remember to follow your dreams. Oh, I forgot. One of my best besties. Her birthday is gonna be this Thursday. Some of y'all know her as Nikki. Some of y'all know her as Kenyatta Nunn. Her birthday is March 14th. I'm not gonna be able to be with her, but happy birthday to you and to all the people who have birthdays in March. I think that's another thing that we need to start doing. We need to start celebrating each month. That when the month starts, we'll start to acknowledge all the birthdays for that month. It's just a lot of things that we're going to start doing. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and then make sure you get us these numbers so that Cuddy can give away that PS5, is it?
Hey, I got that PS5 ready to go. We not
Hey.
playing with y'all. Yo, when we get to 10K, I will get notification of who is the last subscriber, that 10K subscriber. Whoever that is will get that PS5. We're not playing. Hold on. Matter of fact, y'all think I'm playing. Hold on. Stay right there.
Hey, if you're the last subscriber, that's yours. It's yours.
Yo, I'm out of breath.
It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is
Hey,
this?
yo, PS5 will be going out to the 10,000. 10,000. That means there's 10,000 people that really want to hear what we talking about.
Right.
Hey, yo, like I said, man, go ahead, hit that like, that
And
comment,
we're gonna celebrate
subscribe.
you too. We're gonna celebrate that subscriber that wins that PS5.
Yo, we is not playing. We're gonna, hey, matter of fact, yo, you gonna get invited up here. Matter of fact, you can be the guest host that day. You
That
can get,
sounds
hey,
good. Yeah.
you can come up here and talk about whatever you want to talk about. It'll be your show that day. We're gonna salute you. So,
And lastly, if you have any questions for me and Cuddy, please leave them in the comment section.
yo, right down at the bottom, let us know what you thought about this episode. If you got any opinions on about chasing your dreams, anybody that's standing. Matter of fact, if you want to just shout out whoever's supporting your dream, put it in the bottom. If you want to say fuck you to whoever's not supporting your dream, put it at the bottom. Yo, this is the uplift you, man. Shout out to the whole Boss Nation. Everybody out there is a boss. If you tuning in, you're a boss in some kind of way. You ain't got to own your own company. You ain't got to be a manager at your job. You a boss in your life. You bossing your own life up. That's what you doing. You chasing your dreams anyway.
Right.
So, hey, we about to get up out of here, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. It's Conversation with a Boss. It's your boy B Cuddy and the beautiful, smart, wonderful Toy, the ATL vegan. Hey, you see the ads. Hit us on Instagram. Let us know, man, what you think. And we'll check y'all next time, all right? Peace.
Peace.
They see me out in V like, but don't talk it all. That's really not the truth, I just don't fuck with y'all. I'm only with a few and yeah, my circle's small. Or either by my Danny Ruger in my drawers. Ain't trying to be no tough guy, it's just time race. The softest niggas gangsta